My name is Associate Professor Leonie Heilbronn, and I'm a researcher here at SAMRI within the Nutrition and Metabolism theme and also at the Adelaide University with the School of Medicine. Well, we're really interested in understanding how diabetes is associated with changes in circadian rhythms. So we know that people who do shift work have a much higher risk of type 2 diabetes than people who don't do shift work. But it's not just shift workers. We're now exposed to light, quite bright light quite late at nights. We have our phones and our screens, and that's activating and changing our behaviours, and that's also changing the way we eat. So studies have shown that people are now eating for more than 14-hour periods every day. So they're starting to eat at 6-7 o'clock in the morning, and they're not finishing eating until right before bedtime. And in mouse models, this is shown to be a risk for increasing diabetes. Yeah, so we're interested in studying whether restricting the time that people are eating will improve glycemic control, so glucose control. And we're studying people who are at high risk for developing type 2 diabetes. So these are people who have a high waist circumference, have a family history perhaps of type 2 diabetes, and some other risk factors. And so we're trying to see whether time restricting the food that they're eating limits or improves glycemic control. So we know that when we eat ad libitum, or at least in mouse studies we know this, that we impair glucose tolerance, and people are eating around the clock, and this is resulting in overweight individuals and really a big change in our food patterns where we're eating for more than 14-hour periods per day. Our pilot data has shown that if we restrict food intake to 9 hours per day, we improve glycemic control. So we're doing a physiological study that is comparing the effects of time-restricted feeding. So we limit people's eating to 10 hours per day, and we study over a 24-hour day. So we put them in a sleep facility, and we measure how restricting their food intake is improving 24-hour glucose control. And we're also taking a number of tissue biopsies to understand the mechanisms by which time-restricted feeding may be improving glucose control.
My name is Li Junjiao, and I'm a PhD student. For now, I'm working on this project involved in the participant enrollment and data collection for the metabolic impacts of time-restricted feeding in humans at high risk of type 2 diabetes.
Diabetes Australia has given us $60,000 to examine whether time-restricted feeding works in people, as has already been shown in mouse studies.